All right, so we're getting there with this dirty smoky eye look. A lot of the main components are there, but I'm gonna kind of overdo it a little bit. Saya's already got really strong, high cheekbones, but I'm still gonna contour her to really, for nighttime, make super high definition. What I'm doing is I'm mixing a contour color, which is kind of a dark shadow shade, with a powder so that it doesn't grab too much, and I'm going up underneath her cheekbone, and I'm gonna sweep forward with this strong, high contour color. And for day, the application I'm using is just gonna be too high, but for the look that we're doing on her, it's really gonna be intense. It's gonna look good. So I take it along the underside of the cheekbone, and I'm also going to just trim her jawline. She's got a nice jawline here. Right here, where it's just a little bit of a 90-degree angle, I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna soften that edge. Let me get a little bit more color on my brush. So right here, I'm gonna clip it. Yeah, see how I soften that shadow a little bit, and then I let it come in up underneath the chin, this way. And that creates a more streamlined look to the face. Turn towards me. Turn this way, please. Excellent. And that's a nice high contour. Now to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm mixing a pretty dark, I'm not using bronzer, I'm using a darker blush color, and then a medium dark powder over the top. And the reason I mixed it with powder is so that the blush, because it has a lot of pigment, doesn't grab on her face. Because I'm sure you all have done that. You're trying to contour, you're doing the blush, and you take it to your face, and one brush, and you're like, oh God, what do I do now? Because you just got too much on your face. So you notice I'm brushing forward, but by tempering it with the powder, it really goes on super, super smooth. I'm really gonna let that turn just slightly up over on top of the cheekbone, right back by the hairline, and then brushing it forward. Then also I'm gonna do the similar effect on the jawline on this side, which is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right back here, and I'm gonna clip this corner. It's square like this, but I don't want it to be. So I'm going to work at a 45-degree angle across it, and I'm gonna soften the edge of that jawline just a little bit. Make sure it starts from behind the ear and comes forward, and then brush continually up till you get underneath the chin line here and come back to center, and that's really pretty. So we just can't let that contour sit there on its own. So I'm gonna take the powder we used to mattify her skin, and I'm gonna blur the top and the bottom of that contour. And by blurring it, I get that a very natural looking contour. So anytime you do a dark shade, you have to highlight it. And that's what we're doing now. And then brush it over the whole experience. Turn towards me until you get, very beautiful. Get this smooth, natural looking blend from dark to light. And you really have to get in there and work it. Turn please. You notice I'm not just going, there, blended. No, I really have to work at it. See, I'm squeezing my brush hairs even to make them a little bit more stiff. Then I'm working it into that zone to get what I'm looking for. Looking good, really working it. And then same thing right along the top of the jawline here. We want to soften the appearance of that contour so that it looks like a natural shadow. And perfect, come back to center. So there we go. So then we're gonna do kind of a contradictory blush for the face. So I'm gonna take a pink, I'm gonna pop just a really pretty pale pink up under her cheekbone. And I don't want I want the contour to be the strongest thing, but I just want to give her just a little contrast of color to the contour. So I'm using a pink right on the cheekbone, right above. And you notice I tend to not brush the blush on, I tend to pop it on. I have more control. Each little dab gives me more color, so I kind of control by how many dabs I do, how much color I get. And that is so much better than brushing it on and then trying to manipulate it out. You just don't have the control that you're looking for. So turn towards me. Good. It's almost bright enough. Let me get you a little bit more here. All the rest of that makeup is winning. All right, perfect. So there you go, the contoured face and cheek color for the dirty smoky eye. If you're watching this at MakeupGourmet.com, I've listed my current favorite products to achieve this look. Click on one and try it. If you're not at MakeupGourmet.com, go there now to see my favorite product picks for this look, as well as everything else we have to offer. How to apply, what to buy. MakeupGourmet.com.